Alright, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got something I've had on the channel quite some time. It's the U10 X2 M35i in frozen Portimao Blue. Now this is our customer ordered car. It's our first X2 to arrive as a customer ordered car. We had the Heya models. Now I complained back then because the color choices BMW gave us were Brooklyn Gray for both of those demo models, if you will. And I don't think the Brooklyn Gray works really well with the X2. But just take a look at this X2 in frozen Portimao Blue. I think it looks a lot better than Brooklyn Gray. But again, that's going to be a choice. But let's begin up front. So, obviously it's a brand new X2. Daytime running lights. I say reminiscent of what's on the 5 Series. And a little bit of the new LCI 4 Series. So sort of an arrow shape. It looks okay. Then you got cornering light right there. So no longer are these cars lights adaptive. They all come back with cornering lights, which I think goes back to the E9X days from my memory, is that the second headlight was the cornering light, but that's what we have now. And then shadow line lights. Then on the M35i, you have the standard illuminated kidney grille and a double stack kidney grille in the horizontal orientation, which again is a little bit on the confusing side with the what's an M car and what's an M light or M performance model. Then M badging here. Then here's your sensors here for active cruise control, and if you get it, driving assistance pro. Then front camera is off center, just like the 5 Series, except now it's on the opposite side. A little bit on the weird side. I think probably everyone's used to having that camera there in the middle. I'm sure it's no big issue in terms of view. And there's that 3/4 view. Alright, so over on the side we have style 873M wheels. These are the 20-inch wheels you can option. And then you've got the, well, it's not first because the X1 M35 has it available. So this is the M compound brake calipers with a gray caliper. So I guess you have to go back to the M2 competition to get this color caliper. And you see it's cross-drilled, which is unusual for an M performance model. Usually you have to step up to the full-blown M to get that wheel, so we get that rotor option. And they're Pirelli P0s, all seasons. And here's the side profile of the X2. So obviously a very different shape than the first gen X2. More akin to what's on the X4 and X6. And size-wise, I think you get more leg room in the rear, and we'll go over that momentarily, than you do in the X4. And there's that 3/4 view. So back end, X2 and M35i badging in chrome. And of course, I guess a controversial aspect of these M performance models now is quad exhaust and the very aggressive faux diffuser in high gloss black. Then you have in this very aggressive rear spoiler. And those tail lights, kind of reminiscent of the headlights from the E46. And there's that 3/4 view for the rear with the sun hitting frozen Portimao Blue. Guess the shape's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead, go inside, go over pricing and options on this X2 M35i. Alright, so opening up, we have the red and black perforated Vaganza with those M sort of like bucket seats. And then M badging here in the lower portion of the head restraint, so it's a one-piece thing, so there's no head restraint that is detachable, but really well bolstered. and decent on the thigh bolsters as well. So adjustments here. So you do have width adjustment, which is this way, and then the lumbar support up and down, and a manually powered crumb catcher. So door card, bicolor. It feels really nice, sort of like leather. Then Harman Kardon sound system, which means this one has the premium package at least. Alright, so in front of me, the M steering wheel, or M Sport steering wheel. So M badging down here. I think it looks very similar to what's on the new M4, just without the flat bottom. And you see M stitching. And then shift paddles. In front of me, iDrive 9 live cockpit. Heads-up display up here. The rest of the very small curved display. And this is again iDrive 9, which I believe is making its way across some of the lineup eventually. So I think rumor has it the X3 will be on iDrive 9, and it's Android based, which means you're going to have lots and lots of apps available. So this one's got Air Console games and some other things in here. And some video stuff here. Alright, so the trim here is the aluminum or aluminium hexacube trim. Then here, a little harness for your wireless charging. So cradle there for your phone. Again, wireless charging doesn't, at least in my opinion, doesn't work very well. Definitely want to use these USB-C charging ports here to plug in your phone. Got cup holders. And again, with the mini platform base, so that's the X1, X2, and soon to be new 2 Series Grand Coupe, no iDrive controller. So you're going to have to get used to that. Got your drive selector nub, but everything's going to be touchscreen or voice command. And I think it's still a little bit on the laggy side, so if you press something, it's a slight delay. I think it's improved since last time I looked at iDrive 9, so that's a plus. Alright, starting price of the 2024 X2 M35i is $51,400. The frozen paint adds another $23.50. All of the interiors are included in terms of upholstery. So driving assistance pro for $1,700. M Sport Pro package for $1,100. Premium package for another $2,600. Those compound brake calipers are another $700. Then $550 for the heated front seats and steering wheel. Again, that is an option, not part of a package. Make sure you check that if you actually want heated seats and the heated steering wheel. Then the personal eSIM 5G for another $300. All told, MSRP of this particular example, just a little bit under $62,000. So a big increase over the previous gen X2. Let's go ahead and hop in the back seat. Again, back here on the door, no comfort access for the rear doors anymore. Here's the opening. I think the rear door, it's a pretty decent size, especially compared to like the 4 Series Grand Coupe. Alright, here's a view of the back seat. We've got our moonroof shade open. Here's that cockpit. No climate control zone in the back, but you have vents and USB-C charging ports, so that's a leg up over the 2 Series Coupe and 4 Series Coupe. Then knee room and leg room, I'd say pretty decent size. And headroom, not much of an issue. I'm about 5'11", so it's pretty decent headroom at the back of the X2, and pretty decent legroom. So definitely not as much as the X1, but I think a little bit more than the current gen X4. Alright, let's make our way to the cargo area. And then we can use our kick to open. Again, I guess the benefit of the X2, it's a hatchback. So it's a cargo area, not bad. Given that roof slopes down. You do have some extra storage space down below the floor. With the M35i, you do get a mobility kit, but not a spare. Kick to close. Make our way to the front. Then pop the hood. There's that 3/4 view in the sun. Alright, so under the hood here is the B48 inline-4 2-liter turbo engine, 312 horsepower, and 295 torques. So a pretty powerful 4-cylinder engine. But that's it for a quick tour around. Another X2. I think a color that does the X2 justice. Let me know what you think of this color in the comments, and we'll see you at the next video.